Soul Family. How are you? We're doing good. We've had our crunchies, giving ourselves a little bit of a wash. All I've had so far is one bite of my vegan burger. It's actually really good. It's surprising. I go to that store, Aldi. I told you guys about that store. It's like a discount. I don't know. It's like they get a bunch of stuff, you know, close out, so they get really good prices on it. I don't know. It's the place where I found the best cherries, you know? Mushroom risotto veggie burger. Vegetable burger made with mushrooms and rice plus 6 different vegetables, earth grain. No GMO, verified, low saturated fat, good source of fiber, cholesterol free. I thought, you know what, can't beat that with a stick, let's try it. Oh my gosh. I literally just zap it, that's it, that's my brekkie. And it's nummy numb. So I've had my veggies and I just had a couple of bites, I've had my vitamins and then a couple bites of my veggie burger. Because when you have your vitamins and you don't take something solid in, your stomach gets upset. Right? So sometimes even when you have something that's good for you, you have to have it balanced out with something else, right? Too much of a good thing can also be a problem. Isn't that interesting? Not love, though. So this morning, I'm not going to allow the helicopter or the backing up of the garbage truck to bother me, because the helicopter is coming to the rescue. See how it leads with the white? It leads with the light. Hello! And the backing up of the garbage truck is letting you know that, you know what? You might have thrown something away that you shouldn't have. So you might want to check that out. Or is there something that you have been carrying around or allowing to store up that you haven't thrown away? Garbage truck's here to let you know, come on, it's time to get this going. I'm just going to go around the neighborhood once and then you have to wait for another week. So let's release whatever no longer holds on and has value to us, right? Okay, so I got to show you guys something this morning. Actually, I guess I'm going to show you and I'm going to tell you. We did our soul family meetup last night, which was really nice. I felt the need. I felt that there were people that needed to hear that they were loved and that they were perfect the way they were, and that they didn't need to hide out and they didn't need to make excuses for themselves, and they didn't need to beat themselves up or take that energy on from anyone else. And I just felt an overwhelming need for love to go out. And once the family met up, Sandy wasn't there, which was unusual. She's usually the secretary. She was missing. And Joy was sleeping. Think about that. Joy was sleeping. Well, dark energy came into the chat. And I got tough really quick. And it went away. Because what was interesting was my throat was being choked energetically. Darker energy didn't want me to say, there was somebody there that didn't want me to say what I was going to say or what I was saying. They didn't want someone to get that shot in the arm that they needed. And so they came on with their darker energy to disrupt. And so what they do is I can feel energy. I can feel energy when it shows up, when it's bad. And I can feel good energy too. So I thought, you know what, let's not give you any airtime. And what we were going to do is we were going to turn it around, and instead of sending hate out and that negative energy back or giving them the airtime that they so badly wanted, we were going to listen to the doves and we were going to send them love. And that's what I did. I said, we'll just send you love. We're going to surround you and fill you with love right now. Now, I've had it happen before where Soul Family has been going through a really hard time and they've come on and the energy went bad and they assumed it was them and they disappeared. They oh my God, it was me. No, it wasn't. When dark energy comes in like that, it isn't someone that's going through a difficult time. It's somebody that comes on with the intention of sending dark energy in. That's why the 3 witchy sisters showed up. Okay? Somebody that has gifts, but they use their gifts in a negative way. It was somebody who was jealous. That's what we felt. And that energy is felt. So even if it wasn't a person that wanted to bring negative energy in, they came on feeling that jealousy, that energy was felt. Now, in the reverse, beautiful energy is felt as well. So last night I go to sleep and my stomach was really upset. It was upset after the family chat. It started, and I was upset. I just saw the black ops go by, the black helicopter. And I couldn't sleep. I kept getting up. It hurt so bad. And you know what it was? Heartburn. I don't have heartburn, but somebody's heart was burning. They were upset. I felt that energy. And I suffered for a little while, and then I thought, this is ridiculous. You know what to do. I took some peanut butter. I thought, okay, I need protein, or I need something solid, and I don't have any bread. I didn't have any crackers. I didn't think about my veggie burger at the time. It was late, right? It was like 11:30 by this time, and I thought, I don't want to eat. So I took a bite of peanut butter, and then and my cat wanted it. Lily wanted it too. Her stomach was upset, so I was connecting with whoever Lily is, right? But it's not good for cats to have peanut butter. So I thought, all right, she just licked my finger, and I thought, well, she wants the same thing as I want, so she's showing me, right? A connection to me. So I got up and I took milk, and I don't normally have milk, but I bought milk a little while ago. It's really interesting, and because that will coat your inside of your stomach. And then I realized it's the old-fashioned remedy. It's old school. I always go to old school. Warm water and baking soda. I swallowed 3 little shot glasses full of it, and by the time I left my bathroom and got to my room, I had burped 3 times. And right when I said that, Lily meowed. Come on, baby chicken. And it was gone. And then I went into the deepest sleep. Hi, mama's girl. I went into the deepest sleep. Before that, I was asking. Remember, I said that there was black widows at my door, and I asked, and Liger was pushing my hand to push me away from the black widows. Sorry, clearing. He didn't want me to get to near the black widows. He didn't want me to get hurt by them. So something popped up last night about spiders, and I got why it's wrong to chase a spider out of your home. Don't ever kill a spider that's in your home. Carry them outside. There is a very humane way of collecting them. It's like a little vacuum. It's like a little dustbuster, but it's for bugs. And then you can let them free outside. They serve a purpose. They're actually helping you. Even the spiders that are poisonous, they don't want to hurt you. They have no intention of hurting you. They run from you. That's why they run. They don't want to hurt you. They're just there to live their life. Leave them in peace. Even the black widows, that's why I don't kill them. Rehome them. Put them somewhere where they're safe. Right? Think about the black widow inside of yourself. Rehome that. Put it somewhere safe. Don't kill it. You don't kill the shadow. So, I don't kill them anyway. But I read that, right? And then I had asked Liger's energy, show me then, who are the spiders that I'm supposed to stay away from, right? And I went to sleep. I slept like a rock. You should see my eyes right now. I've got suitcases underneath them, which means I think I'm going to go somewhere. But I slept like the dead. I woke up reciting something. Words. I couldn't remember any dreams. I just woke up reciting words, which were positive affirmations. This is what I'm going to show you. I woke up and I noticed I had 2 messages. One from Joy, my friend Joy, and one from Sandy, our soul sister, who's always my secretary, right? She's a little dynamo with red hair. She's adorable. And Joy is a chicken farmer, right? She has a tough life. She doesn't have the best life. She doesn't have somebody to call her own. She's had abusive relationships. She's got strained relationships with children. She's lonely. She works very, very hard. She's a very loving person. Look at her name. Her name is Joy, right? But Joy was sleeping last night. I noticed that Joy was sleeping last night. So I sent her the reading, and she said, I was sleeping. Hope it was good. Thank you for the heads up. And I said, that's okay. It was short and sweet, but we had some bad energy arrive. I woke up reciting peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, love. I said love twice. I think I said kindness as well, but I didn't write that down. I said it must have been a good dream. And she said, I had a dream last night, and she had a little sad face. I was playing with my daughter, and she was a little girl again, like 5 years old. It was sweet and felt very real. I hope she's okay. Yay for good dreams. Remember I told you about the man that was working so hard? He'd run away from his family, and he had locked me in, not locked me, but hidden me in his father's house, and had gone off to try and plant his plants, his trees, I called them. He went everywhere trying, and he had such a hard time, and eventually his father discovered me in his house. I was worried, too, that his father was going to find me there. I thought, oh my God. But we somehow both stayed in that house watching the one that we loved. He watched and I watched. And he was so tired, and he was having such difficulty. And finally we saw him. He was right across the street. He was very close to us. And he looked up and he saw me standing there with his father. And he was so afraid that his father was going to find out about me being in his house. And he came across the street and he fell to the ground at his father's feet. And he was a little boy of 5 years old. Notice Joy. She saw her little girl. She was 5. He fell to his father's feet. And his father picked him up and held him out in front of him like he would hold out a kitty or a baby. And he said, "Don't you know that all I ever wanted was for you to be happy?" And the boy laid his head on his father's chest, and his father wrapped his big arms around him. And for the first time in 4 years, he slept. He slept like the dead. He slept good. And I walked into the house with his father. And remember, the father was building that house and asked my love and I if we wanted to help him paint this house. And it had all those colors, the character. Think about, it was a character home. Think about our soul family and all the characters in our soul family. So many different colors. And I said, that's going to look like a dog's breakfast. I argued with him, but we painted. We did what he told us to do. We just did the part that we were supposed to do. And it's interesting, I look across this lake at this big house. You see the white house with the stories? You can't see it from here unless right now you take a screenshot and zoom in. But there's a painting ladder in the window. My Uncle Phil is a painter, my soul uncle. And he's the most loving, gentle person I've ever known, next to my twin. And that ladder is green. Oh, what, honey? What are you yelling at? What, honey? We talking about you? I think so. So we did our part. Father said, you paint this, that, and just the trim. Remember when I said that man wanted to paint the house black? And I said, no, we're going to paint it dove gray. And you can accent the firewall with black. Do you know a firewall is something to keep someone out of your computer or maybe out of your life? But it's also the heart of the home. It's where the fire comes out. It's where the creativity and the passion and the love is. I said, paint it black just around the outside of that. And then it will accent that beautiful fire coming out. You can put blue accents here and there, but the rest of it you want to paint dove gray. That was the focus. Last night we had dark energy that came in. And what did I do? I said, you know what? We're going to send you love. We're going to fill it with love. Because we want you to feel that love. Because clearly you're jealous because you're missing something. You need healing. We don't want to send out dark energy, ever. We weren't going to accept dark energy. That's why we asked for love to fill our whole route and our whole chat and everyone's energy together. That character home that we had with all the multiple colors that we thought was a dog's breakfast. And you know what? Good. If it was a dog's breakfast, because dog means love, unconditional love, loyalty, best friend, and protection. So when Joy woke up this morning, I said to her, that was a beautiful sign of the love that remains between you. Treasure that connection and know that by holding those loving thoughts, she will get that energy. She said, I hope so. She's been in Virginia. Hope she didn't get flooded. I hope she did get flooded, and I think she did. She got flooded with love. Love is emotion. Water is emotion. And I said, she got it, and she was unconsciously sending that love to you. Know that. Because no matter what goes on between mother and child, father and child, uncle and child, grandfather and child, aunt, sister, brother, there is love. There is love at the base because we all have love at our root. It's there. We just need to choose to accept it and send it out and focus on it. I said, know that. And she said, so good to know. I haven't heard from her in quite a while. I said, just hold on to the beautiful feelings you were sent and keep sending them back. And then I got a message from Sandy. And Sandy said, I fell asleep. I missed you all. Dang. I fell asleep. My shoulders were hurting because she was carrying too much. Someone else in my life's shoulders were hurting. You know what? My shoulders were hurting last night too. I woke up this morning, my shoulders are aching. I said that was okay. It was short and sweet, but we had some bad energy arrive. I woke up reciting, peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, love. I don't remember anything else. It must have been a good dream. And then I thought of my friend Fern that I've been talking to up in the mountains. But I didn't think of my friend Fern right at that moment. I went to Facebook. It was the last place I had gone last night. And up popped a video about Michael Jackson. I loved Michael Jackson. I met him once, you know. He was very gentle. He held my hand. He was very shy. The crowd pushed in and he got scared and he backed away. But you know, when the door opened, when he came out of that gallery, there was a gallery. It was an art gallery that he was at, and he was there to christen it, I guess. Open it. I think it was his, holding some of his beautiful possessions. When that door opened, there were a lot of people standing there, and he came straight to me. It was amazing. I held my hand out, and he grabbed my hand. Do you know that he was raised as a Jehovah's Witness? As a child? Not from the beginning. A little ways into it. He was abused by his father. His brothers were very jealous of him, but he was the one who had all the talent. He was amazing. Horrible things were said about him. He was never guilty of those things. I was shown that, and I knew that all along. He had demons inside of his head, his own past that he wasn't able to heal. He had so much pressure. And he took medication to try and help himself. He didn't mean to die. He didn't want to die. He's a good person. The video was some friends broke into his Never Neverland ranch. They were friends, it said. They wanted to record, you know, that beautiful property's up for sale. It was a beautiful, delightful place. I watched the video, and they went around and they showed things. There was a picture of him standing like an alien. I'm sure he felt that way because he was, just like me. He comes from the stars. He's a star child. He was a good person, and he is a good spirit. You know, even when the narrator went through, he saw a couple things there that he didn't understand. And even though he was attempting, you know what he was trying to do, actually? He was trying to sell. And sometimes you try and sell things and you make it seem dark because people want to hear that. They don't want to hear just the good stuff. There was nothing but beautiful and happiness in that place. They closed the zoo down because there was no one there to care for the animals. I'm thinking about that man who had that beautiful property, and I told him, don't sell that property. He wanted to make it a natural habitat so that the dragonflies could come back and the animals could come back. And I said, don't listen to anyone else. Don't sell your property. You do that. Some things are worth being in debt over. That's a beautiful thing. That Neverland Ranch is up for sale. I would love to have a place like that and fill it with animals again, where they can be free and happy. Sometimes people are thought of as animals. They're thought of that way because people don't understand them. They're wild, but we're supposed to allow ourselves to be wild. Walk gently with your wild ways, but don't lose your sense of freedom and wildness. Don't allow yourselves to be conformed or conform to the norm. What's norm, right? Norm. Everybody loves norm. So up popped that video, and then afterwards another video popped up. And this is what reminded me of my friend Fern. I'm going to share the video with you guys. I took pictures. It was so beautiful. It was a video of a man. It was done with, you know, computer-generated voice, right? I wish they hadn't put the words, but they did it for people, I guess, who weren't able to have sound. And it's called, the title of it was A Man Sits Alone. Sorry. A man sits alone in the forest. Suddenly finds himself surrounded by unexpected visitors. And because I just watched the Michael Jackson thing about the aliens, I thought, what are you going to say? Are you going to try and ruin the forest? And because somebody saw something couldn't understand, you're going to make it be bad or ugly? But that's not what it was. I'm going to show it to you without sound, because it's got words, so you can see it. Do you ever feel like you want to leave everything behind and just go somewhere where nature is in abundance, so you can be all on your own and enjoy Mother Nature's beauty and serenity? It would be such a very good break from all the population, the chaos and the noise of the city. If you were looking for this break, our story's Southern Ontario forest is going to be your favorite place. God, look at this place. The story is about a man sits alone in the forest, suddenly finds himself surrounded by unexpected visitors. But before we start... Oh, please go away. Please go away. Oh, gosh. See, it's always advertisement. I don't want you there. This man was sitting in the Southern Ontario forest on some logs to capture some breathtaking photos and videos of nature. Look at that. Just that alone is amazing. To update his viewers with beauty and the perfection of this amazing forest. He's a young man. Look at him there. That's who I connect with. The forest indeed is... Oh, hold on. I don't want to miss any of this. I'm going to have to talk quickly. The forest is indeed magnificent for all its beautiful grass and nature, flowers and natural resources, but also the forest has some of the most beautiful living creatures. There's lots of wonderful surprises in the forest. That makes you feel like you're in a movie or a work of fiction. In other words, if you go there and watch its wonders, this forest will forever be your best escapism from reality and life. Gosh, they knew I was going to be watching. They want us to read quickly. The man was having his lunch while clipping the video. You can see him sitting on a log, with some green grass around him and tall trees that were providing him with fresh air and good shade to enjoy his meal. Then he brought an apple. As soon as he took his first bite and produced a loud crisp, it brought some marvelous but unexpected visitors who were hungry and craved this man's snack. The visitors were more than welcome to join the man and brighten his day. What are those visitors? They were some deer who approached the man slowly. Look how beautiful. Without being in the least afraid of him, which is quite wonderful, mesmerizing, and so sweet to watch. Those deer were trained not to fear human beings in this forest. They were kept safe and out of danger. So those deer were very friendly to human beings, and there is no doubt these sweet deer were very sociable creatures. It's said that if you were sitting quietly, they would approach you, but crunching a carrot or an apple, for example, would lure them more and tempt them to come around you. The man was very delighted with the deer's company, and he even tried his best to make them feel safe in his presence and made sure he gained their trust to keep them around for a while. He started giving the deer bits and pieces of his apples, and they went on eating. The viewers were very happy to watch such a heartwarming clip. They would overlook the green landscape and the beauty of nature. The focus on the unexpected rival of the friendly deer were eating. Look with him with his dog and the deer, playing around the old man in peace. It was such a very captivating scene, but no one would wish it got disturbed by any means. They even came close to him and sat on a log, with him unworried at all. How sweet and overwhelming. Moreover, the family deer brought their fawns to enjoy the meal with them. He's not holding that up as he shot it. It was a big surprise because usually the other mother deer would hide their fawns behind the tall grass to protect them from predators and hunters. But this time the mother deer felt safe around the old man and wanted her fawns to accompany him. This was really magical and definitely worth watching. What a lucky man. He got to experience something absolutely out of this world, nature at its best. It's so rare to attract deer and gain their trust, to the extent that their fawns come along too.
He must have been a very kind-hearted man. Lover. An animal lover, he cared very much about the deer's comfort and sense of security, but not doing any sudden movements that might disturb their peace while eating and enjoying the apples. Nature has a lot to offer, and it never surprised us with its beauty, serenity, and wonders. I see a white heron in that flower, but the clips that the man took resembles a fairy tale that is so overwhelming and too good to be true. Have you ever experienced something as extraordinary as this man? And counted yourself lucky? Have you ever been to a forest where you came across such friendly creatures like these? I have, because that's me with my twin. That's the energy that my twin has. And my friend Fern that I was talking to, that I was so worried. Who should I trust? Who are the spiders? I blocked that person. I didn't know who they were. I knew they weren't telling me who they were. But I felt their energy. So this morning, the next thing I did was send a message to Fern. And I said, this is the energy I feel coming from you. Know how precious and special that gift is. And then I thought about what I went to sleep asking for and what I woke up reciting. And I backed up my thinking. And so I got up this morning and I said, I am peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, kindness, love. I feel peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, love. I send out peace, love, friendship, goodness, kindness, trust. I draw in peace, love, friendship, goodness, kindness, trust, love. I vibrate to peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, kindness, love. I am surrounded by peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, kindness, and love. I emulate peace, love, friendship, goodness, kindness, trust, and love. I feel peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, kindness, and love. I look for peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, kindness, and love. I focus on peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, kindness, and love. I am vibrating to the frequency of peace, love, friendship, goodness, kindness, trust, and love. I am so grateful for peace, love, friendship, goodness, trust, kindness, and love. Now, when you hold that vibration, I dare you to feel that energy. Speak those words. Send that out. Look for that. Say thank you for that. And see how it affects your day. What did Spirit say? Keep it simple, stupid. And focus on love, because love can heal anything and everyone, right? That's what we want to focus on. So this morning, I chose two messages, two decks. The Wisdom of the Oracle. I don't know why. We'll see. It's a reverse deck. Wisdom of the Oracle. The Oracle. An oracle is someone who receives a message or holds a message, and then we interpret what that message is. I am an oracle. That's why I like oracle cards. I like pictures. I'm a channel. And then the answer is simple. The answer is love. What is the question? Whatever the question is, the answer is love. What would love say? What would love do? Let me take a bite of my amazing vegan burger. It looks like a dog's breakfast. But it's healthy. It's natural. It tastes fantastic. And it's good for me. Okay, so when I chose our items that we get to choose from today, the first ones I looked at were Gumby and Pokey.
When I first got Gumby, when I saw them, my best friend had them at an antique store. I told you guys I love old school. I grew up with these guys. I had them when I was a little kid. And I thought, I want that childlike innocence. I want to hold on to that. So I said, send me that right away. And she did. Gumby and Pokey were best friends. Pokey looks like a bit of a stun wonder, right? And then I think of the song, I'm not lying, I'm just stunning with my love, gunning. And then Gumby. Gumby's been pulled in a million different directions. Feels like a piece of gum, right? Gumby is love and healing. And they stick together like glue. They're best friends. Together they had wonderful adventures. So you're going to choose from Gumby or Pokey. And then I thought of my mermaid and the man who saved her. Look what happened. I looked inside my fish tank, in Merlin's tank, and I saw that the mermaid's arm had been broken off. Merlin went flying around in his tank. He's so big. He's so beautiful. I want you to see him. I want you to see what love does. I've given him a peaceful sanctuary. Oh, he knew we were going to come talk to him. He's eating his breakfast. It's okay. It's okay, sweet baby. He's just like Liger. He's so shy. See, his food's right there. He doesn't see his food. He smells his food, or he's brought to it, not through sight. He's drawn to it. But he's gotten so big that I had to rearrange his tank. Look at the water's gotten better. It's taken a little time, but the moss ball and the plant, it's cleaned it up, right? He needed green, healthy green. Look how big he is. So he went crazy running around in his tank, rearranging his home. And I helped him. And I don't know, it might have been me that knocked off my arm. I think it was, because I said, who did I say it was? Me, who knocked off my arm. Hi, Merlin. I love you. Merlin has a tank, and he was lonely by himself, so I brought him 3 friends. Snails. They clean off the algae. And they cohabitate very peacefully together. Remember, I said I'd choose 3. Here he is. Hi, Merlin. He's got Nemo in there with him. Nemo's got one of the snails working there. Anyway, I wanted you to see him. So when I was rearranging, I probably knocked off something. I would have done it. I don't think he did it. I did it myself because that was me. Remember in my dream, my spiritual twin, I said I was sad and I was crying and I was hurt and I was lonely, and he said, I didn't do that to you. You did that to yourself, which is true. And why her arm was broken off was because she was giving too much. It literally broke her arm to the point where she finally accepted help. And he came to help her. Look at her. She's all tangled up in her own seaweed in the kelp forest. I left this off for a while because I wanted to understand what the message was. I didn't get the message at first. I just said, oh, her arm is broken. It was the arm that holds on. So now this also can be a male, right? Someone who was not accepting of love. Someone who just needed to hold on. Hold on. Don't let go. Don't let go. So you can choose from the mermaid and merman. And then I saw the fish. Now this fish, I got this fish when I was in Mexico, in the Yucatan Peninsula, actually. I drug it around for 3 weeks. And my ex stole it from me when we broke up. He took my fish. And he took my bullfrog, too. Finally, I asked for it back, and he got married again, and his wife gave it back to me. He looks a little surprised, doesn't he? Or maybe he's just accepting. Maybe he's speaking. I don't know. But look at his eyes. A little bit of a stun wonder. They have kind of the same expression, don't they? Oh, my gosh. little bit surprised. His dorsal fin was broken off, and his rudder was broken. He wasn't able to steer himself very well. But he got glued back together, and he's much stronger than he was. These were fissure cracks that were there before. His psychic antennae, right, was a little weakened. Now it's strong. And this little rudder, actually this would be the rudder. No, these would be the rudders, wouldn't they? This is about how you guide your way through your emotional waters. There was a little crack in that, clearly, because it wouldn't have broken. It was weak at that spot, but now it's really strong. So those are your items to choose from. And at 35 minutes and 35 seconds, we were just about to start. But 3 and 5 is 8. And we get it twice. Infinity, infinitely supplied with everything that we need. If we listen and we hold on to spirit and do what we're meant to do, just follow our direction and stay right behind the boat, we can be guided safely across our emotional waters, right? We're not going to go and try to pull away from that tow rope that's towing us, right? 35 and 35 is 18. Is 16, sorry. No, we're not doing it that way. Don't laugh at me. We're not doing it that way. Well, actually, you know what? We'll do it always. We'll do it always. Hold on. This is how I did it the other day when you guys were laughing, because I think in a different way, right? I'm thinking 3 and 5, 3 and 5, which is 8, and 8, which is 16. So those are just the numbers that we're going to look at. So 35 is telling you a positive change is coming about for you with the assistance and protection of the Ascended Masters. And then 8, the number 8 signifies abundance and prosperity. The endless loops in this number signify an infinite flow of money, time, ideas, or whatever else you require, especially for your life purpose. Ooh, doves just went flying above us. Did you hear their wings? It's beautiful. And then 16, your words are magnetic affirmations that draw to you the very things you talk and think about. For this reason, the angels remind you to be aware of your words and thoughts. Is it a wonder that I woke up reciting those words that I did? Not a wonder to me. Not a stun wonder to me. Okay, so let's start with, we're starting with the answer is simple. No, we're not. We'll start with the wisdom of the oracle. I need to ask a question. I need to ask Spirit. Am I meant to share these cards in the reverse? Or am I meant to ask for them only in the upright? Okay, I heard only in the upright. So Spirit can give us the same message. The other way, it's just a challenge, right? Something to work on, but we're focusing on the other. So if there is something that we need to see or hear, Spirit can give it to us in the upright. Because that is the message. Whatever that we're looking at, whatever our issue, whatever our challenge, Spirit can give it to us in the upright. Okay, so here we go. First message at 38 minutes and 24 seconds with Pokey. See? Breathe. We're going to start it. So that's what Spirit wants us to do. They want us to just simply breathe. That's why the doves flew above us. Breathe in. Fresh air. Best place to be would be in the forest. My air is very fresh here right now. Right? It feels good. It also means slow down and take a breath. That's why the doves flew above us. Just breathe. Get in a place of center. Peaceful center. See that blue, peaceful, calm energy? All sparkly. Even the Spirit is got eyes closed. Because the only way they want us to see is through our third eye or through our heart or through our feelings. Just breathe. What do I need to do about this situation? Just breathe. Oh, look, you guys, this is gorgeous. I love water. Look at the water. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at the reflection on the water. Oh. Be very consciously aware of your part. Where you throw a rock, there'll be a ripple effect, right? So throw out love. Throw out goodness, throw out kindness, throw out peace. It's so beautiful. Look at that water. See? The emotional waters around. Peaceful vibrations. Oh, I love it. What do they want? What do they want with me? What are they doing? Who are they? Doesn't matter what they're doing. You just do your part. You just do you. Let them do you. Let them do them. Just send love. If you have something that you need to be shown to be careful of, Spirit will make sure you understand it. So this is about patience. This is about meditation. This is about trusting in Spirit. This is about trusting in yourself, trusting in the power of love. Don't be in a real hurry right now. Just breathe. Allow your heart to open. Ask that love open the hearts of the ones involved and release any anxiety, any tension. Trust that whatever it is that you're looking for, what you're asking for, comes easily, without any pressure, without any stress, without any resistance. It just flows easily to you. Don't be lazy. Don't lay around and sleep your day away, do nothing. We want you to be up and enjoy the beauty all around you. We want you outside. We want you in nature. We want you to be reminded, like we did in the video, what there is to behold in nature. Is it any wonder that that's where I want to be? And if you can't be in a place like that right now, you can go there in your mind. The answer is simple. Next message. I love this card. Look at this card. This goes very well. This is who's been flying around all morning, the doves, holding this little daisy flower. Oh, and the butterflies of transformation, 4 or 5 of them. A significant change occurring in your life, always for the better. With a new moon, put out your new moon wishes. Look at the stars sparkling all around, the love and the healing, and the seed of sexual energy and creativity and self-worth. I can do anything I set my mind to. I'm unstoppable. I am strong, I'm healthy, I'm whole, I'm happy. I'm magnificent, I am powerful. I am peaceful, I am love. Notice the little caterpillar down here. It's about to turn into that butterfly soon and transform into something beautiful. Bring forth that daisy flower of peace offering. Isn't that beautiful? Fill the well. Fill the well with love. Fill the well with goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people working together. 4 angels working together. They are angels. They are everywhere. They are all around you. You are completely guided, protected, and loved. There is no reason for fear. My Uncle Phil and I found a well. It's on the property where he grew up in Wisconsin. I went and I stood in front of that well. I'm going to show the picture. It's one of my most favorite pictures, and I have a video of it too. He grew up in that house with Mama Sherry. Makes me think of that man on the property, you know, his compound where the family grew up. So I went and there were horses all around us in the fields. It was so beautiful. What a beautiful place to grow up. And I threw. I was making wishes. I said, this one's, and I started naming the people. This one's for Papa Terry. This one's for Mama Sherry. This one's for you. And this one's for Jake. And I threw it into the well. And right when I threw it in, and when I said, this one's for you, a horse whinnied. Uncle Phil had lost his wife. His heart was breaking. She rode horses. And he said, the horse whinnied when you said me, but it wasn't talking about him. It was his wife answering, saying, I'm always with you. I'm here with you. I love you. I got a message last night. I want to share it. It was really loud. This is the one thing I did get last night. I forgot. You have been getting signs and messages from Spirit. Somebody has been talking to you, and they want you to know that, yes, it is them that has been communicating with you. You've asked and you wanted to know, and the answer was yes. I got a message right then on my cell phone on Facebook. Somebody left me a message.
and I knew who it was. I went to my Facebook page and I opened up Messenger, and it was my mom. I have the last couple conversations that we had on Facebook. I saved it from her page before my brother shut the page down. And the last thing that was said, it was actually me answering her. And I just simply had said, yes. When my mom communicates with me, I get a message on that feed, and it's highlighted yes. I hadn't restarted my computer. I hadn't restarted my phone. I was just told that the person that's communicating with you, that you were wondering if it was them. Yes, it is. So this is a message for somebody out there who, somebody named Michael is talking to you. It could be Archangel Michael. It could be someone named Michael. Someone that looks like Michael. Someone with long dark hair and blue eyes that sparkle. That's a message for someone specific. But that well, we throw our wishes in the well. Fill the well with your wishes. I asked for beautiful things for each person as I stood there. And then when I ran away, I ran like a little girl. I'm going to post the video. It's a really good memory. I did a reading last night for my Uncle Phil's nephew, real nephew, Tim. I just said, I've never done a reading for you, Tim. I've done one for Mama Sherry, and I've done one for Uncle Phil. I've never done one for Troy, and I've never done one for you. And the message he got was sweet memories. And it said that memories are going to come up. Sweet memories are going to come up at a time when you need them. So hold on to those sweet memories. Sometimes they make a tear fall, but they're good memories. You don't want to go into sadness. You want to just hold the happy thought. It's a good memory. That's why it come up, just like right now. And the number 2 and 5 is 7. You're on the right path, and it will exceed your expectations. Trust in that. Right now, maybe your inner light is feeling a little bit low, and you're tired, and your emotions are maybe feeling very overwhelmed. You've been overanalyzing, overthinking. Your mind's going around and around. I know that, like a 45 on a record player. And when you do that, you shut spirit out. You purposely do it yourself, but you don't want to do that. That's when the ego takes over. The ego fear takes over. The ego fear false expectations appearing real. False evidence appearing real. And you're going to run out of fuel because you're exhausted. So you need to fill your well. It's time to give yourself back what you've been giving others. Ask for love and support. This arm was broken off of that mermaid. She didn't know how to ask for love and support, or he. Ask spirit for love and support, and know that they can heal you. Know that it's there for you whenever you ask for it. And know that you are worthy of it. Don't rip that arm off. Break that arm off thinking you don't deserve it, or that you can't receive it if you ask for it. I've asked for help, it hasn't come. Maybe not in the way that you are asking, but it's there. You have to love and accept yourself first. You can do it, says the color of the solar plexus. You are capable of anything. You can create this. You can speak your truth. You can allow someone else to carry this heavy emotion. Carry it away from the well that you've filled with tears and sadness. They're going to bring this to you, this loving, healing, emotional, life-giving waters. Let them bring it to you. Let spirit, they're here working for you. We work for spirit, spirit works for us. This isn't the time for you to do it yourself. Just like the mermaid, this is the time to allow someone else to do it. Look at the color, Pokey. Let someone else do it. They're working for you. Don't give more of yourself than you can. Don't give to the point of exhaustion where you can't help yourself. It keeps you isolated. It keeps you in a place of sickness and sadness. You're not capable of pulling yourself up if you give so much that your arms fall off.
And when you allow Spirit to help you, by helping yourself and giving to yourself, then you're strong enough and you can turn around and help others. You're no good to anyone else if you run yourself into the ground. So now we go to Gumby. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What do you have to say, Gumby? So since I'm Gumby, I'm gonna choose this one for me. Or maybe I'm Pokey, right? Sometimes. No, I've been pulled in a million different directions. I'll be Gumby and I'll be the mermaid. Happy, happy, happy. Look at the color. Look at the color. I said I love matchy-matchy. I love color coordinating. Dancing on that egg. Egg of creation. Egg of possibility. Celebration. Again, 2 and 6 is 8. Again, an infinite supply of anything that we need. Anything and everything is available to us. That infinite supply. There's reasons for celebration. Reasons for happiness. Look at her. How she's got the hummingbird coming right up to her. Hey, what's up? Look at the love and the sexual energy and creativity floating away like balloons. This is joy. I love that name. What a blessing to be given that name, right? Happiness. The feeling that everything is good. Everything is right in the world. This is when all that you ask for come easily to you. Because you're finding joy in the simple things. You're not asking for gazillion dollars and a jet plane and the Neverland Ranch. You're being grateful for the beauty in the simple things. You recognize that health and happiness, love and goodness, spirituality and good friends, those are the most precious memories. Those are the most precious gifts. You're satisfied with the way things are. And when you be that way, you remove the ties that bind you, right? You don't feel bound and constricted. It's a liberating feeling. It's feeling good just because you want to. Because you wake up. You wake up reciting beautiful words, affirmations, feelings. I sent something to someone the other day, and they said to me, I sent it to Fern, and I got back, those are nice words. And I said, they're not words. It's truth and it's guidance. Trust it. I see you. This is moments, if you're talking about your relationship, where you're feeling good about the ones you're around, and you know that your heart is open, right? Look at. Your heart is open. My heart is open. There's a song. My heart is open. Oh, I love it. It's one of my most favorite songs. My heart is open. And because that, you want to befriend people. You want to care for people. You aren't asking for anything. You're just giving. I said to somebody the other day, doesn't it feel good to give? Just give. I was talking to a client about a relationship, and it was a relationship that she felt was troubled. And I said, you know what? They were about to go on a little vacation together. She was worried if they would. And I said, yeah, you are. You're going to go. What could you do? What could you bring along as a surprise? What could you do to make that person feel really special? I don't know. Does he like to wear hats? Get him a hat. Get him a really cool beach towel because they were going to go to the beach. They were going to go to Disneyland, which was to recapture the innocence. Think about the Neverland Ranch, right? And I said, and don't worry about whether you're the one who always does that. Doesn't it feel good to do that? There is as much joy in giving as there is in receiving. And when you have that attitude, you hold that energy. There's a song and it says, the grass, it's greener under me. Right? It's not greener over there. It's greener under me. And that's what it is. It's right where you are. It's good where you are. True master finds peace even amidst the chaos. They don't focus on the chaos. They focus on peace. So if it's speaking about a relationship, it's telling you that your attitude attracts the relationships that you want with that. I got to show you what I saw this morning when I woke up. I took my vitamins, right? Remember I told you? And Lily was up here on her chair. She wanted her crunchies. Liger was waiting for his food. And I opened up the refrigerator. I saw this in the middle of the night, and I saw it again. Remember last night, we said that there was someone that was born in Arizona? Born in Arizona, King Tut. Remember? The one that was born in Arizona? Pure Arizona honey. The honey man. The honey man. I thought about natural honey. And I put it in my water this morning. And I thought, you know what? You attract more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Focus on that. My friend John, I told you John is always the name given to me as a soulmate, right? My friend John gave me that jar of honey when he moved. Honey. Goodness. King Tut, born in Arizona. Oh, I love it. So that's the happiness and the joy that attracts the bees, right? Honey. Get busy and get after the honey. Well, why not be the honey and draw the bees to you, right? Now, as far as accomplishments, as far as projects or prosperity in your life, this is a time when you're feeling good about what you're doing, right? You've done a good job. You've given an excellent service, whatever it is that you provide. And basically, Spirit is blessing you. Spirit is blessing you like the water that comes from the well that we just watched. That's the water that Spirit is pouring down upon you by the bucket load to grow this beautiful grass. You've got to think about what you've done, all the creativity, all of the effort, all of the love that you've poured into whatever it is. And recognize that you have brought this about because of your attitude and because of who you are. Now, if you're not feeling this way, it's time you did. It's time you stopped being so serious and acted silly. You know what I like about this? It's like the fool. Remember I told you that the wise king, that lion, listened to that little bird? He was a wise king. He trusted what that little bird, that court jester, had to say. He didn't ask all of the people that worked for him and kissed his ass because he knew that that's what they would tell him. They would tell him what he wanted to hear. He called the joker over to him, the court jester, because he knew that the court jester was, they said, oh, he's too stupid to lie. He's too stupid to save his ass. Remember yesterday that panther jumping out? You lost your ass. He wasn't worrying about covering his ass. He was worrying about covering his heart and his crown and protecting that. That's where his strength was, in the front part of him. And he spoke the truth. He was open and honest, that jester, that fool. I also think about the card, the Fool card in tarot. That's about going forward, taking a leap of faith, trusting that childlike innocence. So if you're not feeling that energy at this time, Spirit says now it's time to embrace that kind of energy. Don't take anything seriously right now. Have a good time. Be the one that gives the funny stuff. And watch how that energy spins things around, remember? Put it out there. Everybody wants to be around that kind of energy. Nobody wants to be around a little dark rain cloud. So find reasons for laughing. Find reasons to be silly. Find the miracles around you. Because they're there to be found. They're just waiting. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Blow off some steam. But do it in a good way. Go for a power walk. Work out in the gym. Ride your bike. Garden. Cleaning your house. We go from ones who are feeling exhausted to ones who have this energy. Maybe you're annoyed. Maybe something's really pissed you off, upset you. Get rid of that energy. You might be feeling a bit threatened right now. Maybe you feel like you want to run. Whenever you get that fear hormone that fills your body, that's what you want. It's like fight or flight, right? That energy. And then you don't make smart decisions. You make poor choices when you're feeling that way. You don't ever want to do anything when you have that energy. You're pulling in negative. And at that time, things that come out of your mouth are negative. The things that you see are negative. And you're going to vibrate with that frequency, and then you're going to pull situations like that towards you. So you need to blow off some steam in a positive way. You can do, if you got that energy inside of you, you don't want to stuff it. So go grab your pillow and freaking scream at the top of your lungs. Swear around your room. Write everything out. Every vicious, nasty thought that comes into your head, write it on a piece of paper and then burn it. You can write it to someone if you're mad at them, and then burn it and then say cancel, clear, delete, because the energy is out, but you don't want to send that negative energy. That way you take your aggressive energy into a positive place. Take that energy, pull it down inside, into your sacral chakra. You've been feeling like that, been pulled in a million directions. Pull it right down in here into your sacral chakra and let it spin and 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 then shoot it up the top of you like the eagle. He doesn't run from the storm. He takes the energy of the storm and he rises above the storm and gets away from that energy. Run from anger, bitterness, jealousy, frustration, unkind words. Run towards love, kindness, goodness, peace. Use that energy purposefully. Take a hold of it. You are capable of doing that. Tell the universe what you're feeling. Tell spirit, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. In every single detail, allow the tears to pour down your face and cleanse. But just don't pick up the phone and shoot your mouth off. Don't make any decisions in this state, ever, because any decision you make in this time is going to be the wrong one. You will possibly say something to somebody and hurt them, and you can't take it back. Don't hold on to that because it makes you sick. You ask for your Father to help you release it. Literally sit down and sit your ass down and start doing sit-ups. Do push-ups. Make yourself tired. Whatever you have to do, blow it off in a positive way so that you can turn that feeling into that feeling. Because it's capable. You're capable of doing that. We all are. And sometimes you just want to feel mad. I just want to be angry right now. I'm just pissed off. Fine. Rant and rave around in your room. Just don't write the letter, send the text, make the phone call, or make any decisions when you're feeling like that. At 1 hour and 2 minutes, we go to the mermaid and her savior. Or his, right? Could be spirit holding us up. Woo! Okay, it's this one. It literally fell on the ground. Observer. Oh, I love this. My twin said in my head, maybe it was my higher self, but I don't think so. My twin is an observer. I like to observe. Keeps me from getting in trouble. Isn't that like the smartest person in the world? Very, very smart person. So, and this came in the upright, right? So it's talking about looking at things from a different perspective. Look at this little fox. I love the fox. I asked the old man that owned the compound. All the relatives lived all around him. And the aunts were there, the uncles were there, the cousins were there. They all lived very, very close to one another, except for his son. His son lived on Grey Fox Court. I knew who his son was. His son didn't live there. He was the fox. The fox is telling you that you're able to adapt to change. You camouflage your intentions. The fox are silly. They're fun. They're smart. They're clever. So this smart, clever fox is sitting on his egg of creation, and he's looking up at the new moon. New moon. He sees there's a celebration up here. He sees his success. He's looking up into the stars. He's very into the stars. He's probably focusing and thinking about the pyramids. He's thinking about Egypt at this time. He's thinking about... He's going way back. Interesting, King Tut, right? Pyramids have been coming up a lot lately. It's looking at things from a distance, right? He's an observer from a distance, watching. So when we look at anything in our life, anything we look at, we observe through the lens of our past experiences. We don't know for certain what is in the future. We get glimpses of the future. I have seen my future, I have. But because of free will, things can get altered. Also because of my choice, I can alter things too. I have seen what can be in my future. Listen to the crow. See, that's coming out of the void. I have seen prophetic visions. But I am looking at it through the experiences that my life has held, because that's what I know. My mind, all my mind knows is like an answering machine, right? All it knows how to do is rewind and play back. It doesn't know what's coming tomorrow. It's a tape that we rewind again and again and again. So if you have had a negative experience, when you look at something or someone, you look at them or look at it through the lens of your past experience, which can color it one way or the other, right? And then you form a reality around that without it actually being the truth, because you don't know. Because just because you have met an Aries person and this is how they were, that doesn't mean all Aries people are that way. Just because you've had a relationship and this is how it happened, it doesn't mean that that's what everyone's going to be like. Just because you've tried this at that time doesn't mean that if you tried it this time, it's going to be like that. Try again until you succeed. You fall down and you get up and you try again. You start riding your bike and you slip and you fall. Do you never get back on that bike again? You'll never learn how to ride a bike. We're all scared when we first ride our bikes. You know what my brother did to me? He put me on my bike with my training wheels, right? I was whipping down the road. I was doing great. I was laughing. I had such confidence until he said, "Look, Cher, look down." And I looked down and I saw that the training wheels were not on my bike. He hadn't put the screws in them. They had fallen off probably right when I first started. I had no idea. But as soon as I saw that the training wheels weren't there, I crashed. Because all of a sudden I couldn't do it. It was all in my mind. So sometimes we need distance in order to see things from a fresh perspective and understand things from more of a neutral place, like that man in the forest. Do you need to go somewhere where you can calm down and get away from the noise pollution and the energy, the toxic thoughts and people around you, so that you can see things from a clearer, fresh perspective? That's why Spirit says always go into nature. That's why I love doing my readings out here. That's why no matter where I go, I have to have this. This is a great idea. My landlord put that up to shade me from the sun, from being too hot. You know, I told you we want the light, but we want filtered light. We don't want the beating hot sun. But this is like this protection. I love this. I could sit out here in the rain. Oh, look. Hello, my Black Ops dragonfly. I love it out here. That's why I was so bummed when all that noise pollution chased me away from here. I'm at peace out here. I love it out here. And I was talking to my friend Fern about tiny homes, and I said, you know, you could live in a travel trailer as long as you have a canopy. You know, one of those canopies that come out the side like this, because then you extend your living space. All you need that's comfortable is your bed and where you do your kitchen, right? The bathroom, that's what you need. The rest of it, really, it's where are you going to spend the most time? Well, I would spend the most time out here. So I would say that it's most important for me to have a patio. And you could have this anywhere you go, right? These are potted plants that can be picked up and moved. I spend most of my time out here. When I'm in the house, I spend my time at the window, but it's mostly focused on nature. So you need to pull yourself away and see things from a neutral perspective. Get yourself in a space like that. Go to your happy place. As I said, maybe you don't have the ability to have this like I do. I'm lucky. I chose this, though. I asked for this. And you can do that, too. You can ask for that and then let it go. I asked for this for 2 years. I never thought I would be able to get it, and I was going to move. I was going to move to Idlewild. I thought I needed to be in the mountains. I was looking at a cottage there. It was more expensive than I could afford, but I was going to do it. And I put the request in. I wrote the person an email, and I asked, and I went to sleep that night, and I said to Spirit, well, whoever answers me in the morning, that's the decision I'll make. If she says yes, I'll go. And I got a text message from for my landlord first. And he said, all right, I've decided you can have this space. And so I came. I didn't think I would ever get it. I asked for it for 2 years. When you ask for something and you let it go, it comes. It comes. And it may not come in the way that you think. At that time, I was thinking, I want to go to the mountains. I want to go to the mountains. I want that place. But Spirit had something else in mind. In the end, it was really, really good, right? I couldn't afford it at the time, the other one. Wasn't what I could afford, but I could afford this. And it was amazing. So, right now, look at things at a neutral place. That's what you need to do at this place. Explore the ideas, explore your possibilities. Consider what it is that you need to understand about whatever that is that you're involved in right now. The people that you're with, how you feel, the energy that you feel coming from the ones you're with, the energy of the environment that you're in. Think about it. Whatever you need to have highlighted when you're in this neutral place, Spirit will make sure you get highlighted. As far as relationships go, sometimes, remember I said, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. I've got ringing in my ear right now, in my right ear. That means negative thoughts blocked my seeing the truth. I wasn't able to see the forest because of the trees. Remember, I have this little saying that I coined. It's mine. I should literally copyright it. I really should, because it is mine. Sometimes people get lost in the words and they forget the feelings. Sometimes when somebody says something, you hear something else because of what the past has told you, because of what the past has shown you. You're stuck on what happened in the past, not now. And then what happens? Then you start playing your own story over top of the truth of their story. That's not what I said. That's not what I meant. That's not what they said. That's not what they meant. But you have got that program. My mom used to talk to me about that all the time. You've got that old program running, Sherry. You need to cut cords with that old program and run a new program. We can send positive energy out and affect change in a situation that might seem hopeless. We don't want to be the reaction. We want to be the action. We want to take action, not react. Sometimes people don't understand what you have said or what you have done and how it's affected them. I thought about that last night. Somebody misunderstood something that was said. I have to be careful with my words. Sometimes people are happy to jump on negativity because that's all they know. Not understanding that they can use positivity to bring to them really what they want. Because really, nobody wants to be miserable. Nobody wants to be ugly. Nobody wants to be hateful. Everybody wants to be loved. And sometimes people are so closed off. No, I don't. I don't want anyone to love me. I don't want anyone to help me. I'm taking that arm away. I don't want any of it. Yeah, you do. The ones that act like that, like the energy that was so negative and jealous and angry, that one was crying out for love. And that's why we sent that love. Right? And like I said, sometimes you're in such a negative headspace that when somebody says something, you think they're talking about you. And it isn't you at all. That's why I said, it is nobody in soul family. It is only someone who's intending negative. That energy is what was felt. There was. And you know what I found later? There were catfishers on there. They weren't even from this country. They were just trying to stir up the shit. And I deleted and blocked them from my page and deleted their messages, their comments. I don't know if anybody saw them. So it could have just been that. It was just that. They were making fun of what we were doing. And I thought about that. About wearing the little, cat ears and the whiskers. It wasn't to make fun of Spirit's message. It was to lighten up the energy. It was just being silly. It was positive energy. I'm looking at the neighbor right now. I'm going to read this situation. I'm watching the neighbor. He's on his phone. And he's got his dog. And he's wearing, see, he's got white shorts. And he's got green and raspberry stripe with gray, dove gray sweater. And he's got that, you know those dog, it looks like a golf club, but it's that little scooper thing where you pick up the ball and you throw the ball for his dog. That's what I would do. I would go outside and walk up and down on my property. He's taking care of business right now, but he's walking up and down on his property playing with his dog. He's accomplishing so many positive things at one time. He's taking care of business. His dog's having fun. He is getting exercise. He is enjoying his beautiful property. He's getting fresh air. He's getting a lot more out of that than he probably even consciously is aware of. And now if he was a spiritual person, he would be seeing messages. He wouldn't be blocked off to the messages, because I do that when I go on my walking meditations. I've got things that I'm doing and I'm thinking, but I see things at the same time that Spirit's bringing me. I observe things, and it makes me see things in a more neutral perspective. It shifts my energy in a way where I'm focusing on what is important. So in a relationship, maybe this has happened. Someone doesn't understand how you have affected them. They don't understand what you've said. You don't understand what you've said. It's affected somebody. Try and look at the situation, step back and see what could have happened. What could change this? Trust in the connection that you have with each other, and that you can draw one another close again if there's been a distance. If there's something that's stressful between the two of you, take the high road, right? Back up. like the garbage truck. Back up. Right? What are you observing around you? What are you observing about yourself at this moment? Focusing on what needs to be taken care of, what needs to be cleaned up. That's a blower going again. What needs to be blown away, released. Focus on it all being good. Maybe right now in your work, you need to get a little distance from what you're doing, from the people, from the projects. Maybe it's about thinking, allowing some space and time for things to grow. Maybe you're too focused on how it has to be this way, when Spirit's saying that there's actually an alternative, a different way where you can see your miracle unfold in a better way. So don't keep everything in such a tight box, and recognize that we all have the abundance actually that we need. Spirit will bring us what we need. Maybe right now we're not giving you that because we know that you need to focus on something else. You need to focus more on your health right now than making this business grow. We'll take care of your business, but we want you to focus on your health right now. That's the most important thing. So stay neutral and stay open and watch and see what Spirit brings. Start new. Start anew. Ooh. Okay. Here. An olive branch, bringing a daisy flower. I want peace. Remember I said this little caterpillar is going to go into this section right here and turn into this butterfly, and then he'll fly? Start anew. Maybe you're going to begin your project again. Don't try and be before you have become, right? Everything takes time. Everything has a cycle. This little caterpillar is crawling up this flower of love. And look at the friendships all around. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are angels all around. They want to support you. There's love all around you. There's healing and growth. This is like the divine masculine, the sun. The sun makes everything grow. The answer is simple. Start again. Start over. Start fresh. Anew. Renew. Renew something. This is about not getting stuck in the past or hanging on to what didn't work. Maybe, remember, last night one of the messages was chaos. After the storm, after what feels like chaos, everything's going to be resettled in a new direction. And then wonderful possibilities are in front of you. So, I made a mess of things. This was just a big mess. This was a dog's breakfast. Well, that was obviously necessary for some kind of reason. There was a reason. Spirit always has a method to what seems like madness. Sometimes it's lessons, sometimes it's clearing out what wasn't built on a strong foundation. Maybe that business fell apart because you're with the wrong people. You're in the wrong place. You had the wrong mindset. Maybe your focus was on something and it should have been on something different. Remember that man that was going to sell they wanted him to sell the property. He's in debt. There's a lot he has to owe on that place, and everyone's advising him to do this, advising him to do that, but it brings such peace for him. He had to rethink it. He says, you're right. I'm going to bring a natural habitat back to 2 different places on my property. I want to draw back the dragonflies. I want to bring back my family together. I'm going to rethink this. I'm going to do this in a different way. Because what we choose to do and what we choose to think about, we are creating our future. Do you like what you're creating right now by the thoughts that you're seeing and that you're visualizing and the words that you're speaking? Because if you don't, you better cancel, clear, delete, and start anew, which is what Spirit's asking yourself. Ask yourself, how did this happen? What did I do to get to this place? What is not working for me right now? What is it? What old program am I continuing to play that needs to be made obsolete? What do I keep doing again and again and again and expecting a different result? I'm not getting what I want. What does my higher self say that I should do instead? And we need to reconnect to your higher self. So how do you do that? Well, we all talked about how we get there. We don't want to let our ego mind get in the way because our ego mind doesn't know shit. All it knows is what used to be. It doesn't know what's coming. It doesn't know what's possible. Our higher self knows what's possible. Focus on the future. Take responsibility for what we are creating by creating with responsibility, with purpose. Don't get stuck in blame. Oh my God, I did this, I did that. Remember, that's the whole point. That's the negative energy that doesn't work for us. That just keeps you in a hole. It doesn't help you or anyone or anything. So ask Spirit to lift you from whatever situation doesn't work for you. Can you undo this? Sometimes we, like Callie, when the goddess of destruction comes in, when the falling tower hits, we've asked for it. We have asked for that to happen. I didn't ask to lose my job. I didn't ask to be fired. Yeah, you did. Because that job was making you sick. That job was taking more than it was giving. Those people were not in your highest good. You asked for it. You were working yourself to the bone. You had migraines. You were having a nervous breakdown because you were trying to hold it all together. No, I lost my job because I had a nervous breakdown. No, you had a nervous breakdown because you were doing what you shouldn't have been doing. You had too much pressure. It wasn't the right environment. It wasn't the right circumstance. And that was Spirit's way of releasing you. Sometimes Spirit gets us really, really sick because we won't stop. Our higher self, like my dad. My dad had to get sick before he would allow himself to stop working. Sometimes we get a sore throat, so we don't talk. Sometimes we get a head cold, so we don't think about anything important anymore. So we're forced to sit in bed and watch funny movies, or so that we're forced to sleep. At 1 hour and 24 minutes. And am I worrying that I'm not working right now? No, I am working. I'm working for Spirit, and Spirit's working for me. So while you lie in bed and take care of yourself, or while you walk on your property, Spirit is drawing to you the perfect circumstances, opportunities, people, ideas, financial flow, health. Everything that you need and require is being drawn to you as you follow Spirit's guidance and take care of yourself and follow the steps. you've been guided to take. Is that surprising to you? I haven't thought about things in this way. Well, maybe you ought to. It's time to clean it up. Clean up your house, clean up your house, clean up your house. What houses are we referring to? Your mental house, your spiritual house, and your physical house. Clean it up. Don't be worried about everybody else's backyard when you have to clean your own. Don't be worried about anybody else's mental health when you've got to work on your own. It's time to dust that beautiful, graceful elk. Oh, he's so beautiful, that reindeer. Isn't he noble and regal? Look at him doing all that work. He's on the top of that mountain, and he's still reaching. He's got a broom in his hand. Remember what my dad said? My work's done. Your work is never done. Pick up your broom. Don't ever let me see you without a broom in your hand. That's what my dad said. 21. You've graduated. You graduated from one circumstance, and you're going into another. And you're being asked to clean it up. Get to the base. Get to the bottom. Maybe you're sweeping away what doesn't work anymore. Maybe you've just been so bogged down with everything you can't even think, and you don't even know how to move. I don't even know where to go, what to do. I can't even hear the messages Spirit's giving me. Wow, well then, you know what to do. Clean out your head. Right as I say that, the wind blows, right? Let some fresh air in. Open up your windows. Actually, you know what? That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to open up my windows and let some fresh air in here because it's not too hot right now. And when we let some fresh air in, it cleans out the stale energy. We want fresh air to circulate. This is not only a physical thing, a physical act. This is actually an energetic thing that I'm doing. I'm energetically, and my intention is not just for my house. My intention is for my mind. My intention is for my business. My intention is for my health. This is me opening up the windows on everything and clearing out what doesn't work and allowing in a fresh perspective. I've got all the windows in there open. I do this every night. I've got fans going. So if it's not hot where you are right now, put you down here for a second on my altar. Sorry, babe. Get some fresh air on this situation. Get some fresh air on this situation. That's my daughter and my grandson. That's when he was my baby. She was taking him back then. She's like, no, he's not. He's my baby. This is who I always see as my twin and his mother. She's saying, that's my baby. It's okay. I don't want to steal him from you. I just love him too. You can't ever love too many people. And just because somebody loves someone doesn't mean that they can't love someone else, right? The more you love, the more you love. This was the more love you give, the more love you get. This is my son made this when he was 5. This is Anubis. This is one of the few things, I don't know how this was saved. It was in a box when all of my other things were stolen. Anubis, the god of lost souls, the god of resurrection. My son, Devin, 5 years old. I told you Egyptian heritage is very important. This is the gift that I got my twin. Anubis, the god of lost souls. And there's Bastet, the cat goddess. I wonder if this represents his mom and dad. All I know is we got some fresh perspective on the situation, right? Hi, Merlin. Hi, sweet baby. I love you. I love him. If I had a tiny home, there would have to be room for Merlin's tank, and it would have to be a bigger tank because he needs more room. It could happen. It would have to happen. It would have to happen. Okay, so if you're feeling overwhelmed, you've got too much work, you got to clean something out. You got to clean out what doesn't work. You got to clean what is not important. What do I not need to take care of? Take the most important things. Maybe cut some things off. You know, the more you have, the more you have to take care of, right? Simplify. If you're holding on to negative thoughts in your head, they're filling up space in your head, release them. Release them. Release what doesn't work for you. Negative anything doesn't work for you, so release that. Ask for help to release it. If you have credit cards and bills that are piling up, look at all the things. Start consolidating, putting everything together in one. Start cutting up your credit cards. What do you not need? Sell the things that you don't use. You don't need everything. Free yourself. This is energetically cleaning your house in whatever way that you need to do it so that you can make room for the positive stuff to come in. As I said, in relationships, look at your own house. Look at your own backyard. Start cleaning up your own backyard before you start cleaning up someone else's, right? Let go of the old crap so that new stuff can come forward. Recognize what is mine to carry and what is not mine. It's not my job to clean up you. It's not my job to fix you. It's my job to fix me. And the way I help my spiritual twin is by helping myself. If that, remember I said to him, I'm so tired, I'm run down. This isn't a dream. I've been sick, I've been this, I've been that. And he said, I didn't do that to you. You did that to you. It's true. He didn't ask me to carry all that crap. He didn't ask me to hold on to all that. He's dealing with his own shit. He's like, you deal with your own shit and I'll deal with mine. So how do I help him? By lifting my vibration. It doesn't help him if my vibration's in the toilet. That's what I say to my clients all the time. Oh my God, he's doing this and he's going through that, and oh my God, and is our relationship going to fall apart? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, if you focus and continue this way. What are you talking about? Well, you can't do anything about that. He's not answering you. He's not calling you. He's not writing you back. He's not doing any of that. You know he loves you. He's going through his own shit. So right now, what you can do to help him the best is keep yourself light and happy and focus on you. It took me a long time to understand this. What can you do to help the ones that you love? You love yourself. You lift your vibration. That's why we can't give to other people to the place where we're falling apart, because we're not helping them. Then we are broken. Two broken people. Remember that song, I like that you're broken like me? No, you don't want to be broken, because then you attract broken people. You want to be healthy. Now, does that mean that then you're not available to somebody who has issues or who's got, no. It means you're going to work on you. And when you're strong, you can help another person. We're not always in the same space at the same time. But you most definitely won't draw to you what you're wishing to if you're vibrating on a negative experience, negative thought, and you're sending that energy out. So you can help the ones in your life. Like I said to my friend Joy, you hold on to those feelings. Whether you knew it or she knew it even, subconsciously you guys were sending love to each other, and you hold on to that, and you know that you can affect change without being there by holding that energy. Do you think I sit and focus on the negative stuff about my son? The song I Want It That Way, my son sang that. He parodied that. He's got a beautiful voice. He can sing just like that. But he was goofing around with his friend, and it's interesting. His name is Devin, and his dad's name was Mark, his stepdad. In my dreams, I'm showing these two people. And the song says, even though that we feel there's a distance between us, we don't understand each other, deep down inside of me, you are my fire. There's love. There's love between father and son. Even though they don't understand each other and they're fighting right now, there's love there. There's love between mother and daughter, mother and son, brother and brother, sister and cousin, whoever it is, lovers. A lot of times people are angry and they say mean things because they're sad and they're scared. But inside, deep down, there's love. And even if they're treating you badly and you don't understand it, or maybe you even do understand it, maybe they just don't get it. My son hasn't spoken to me in over 4.5 years. But I love him. I sat there that night and I replayed that song over and over and over, watching him, looking at him. That was my son. That is my son. And I sang those words to him as he sang those words. And I cried and I cried and I cried and I released.
But the connection was there, the love was there. Sometimes you cry when you love someone. What can you do to clean up your relationship? What can you do to allow fresh air to come in to your relationships? Do you need to say something? Do you need to express yourself? Maybe you can just look at a picture of someone and sing. I do that all the time. Send that energy out. But maybe that's not enough. Maybe you need to pick up the phone or pick up a pen and paper and express yourself. What do you need to do to clean up your relationships? Everybody's got baggage. We all have baggage. Look at and see what baggage is yours and what is someone else's that you're carrying. Or maybe your own stuff that you're carrying and that needs to be dumped off at the Goodwill. I don't want it. Or taken to the dump and burned because no one needs it. Maybe as far as your work or as far as your bills, what do you need to do? Go through your bills, pay the ones that are important up front, or pay a little bit to every one. Maybe you can ask to be put on a schedule, a payment schedule. I didn't have the money to pay my taxes, so I pay every month a certain amount. I have a credit card, one. It's very, very little. I put my ticket to Wisconsin on it, so I've got like $500 on it. You can put $6. You got an extra $6 in your savings that popped up? Put it on that card. It's only a $6 payment. Doesn't matter. It's a payment. Put it on there. Buy out some time for yourself. Make time for yourself. You're overwhelmed. You've got too much you're carrying. Your shoulders are hurting. You missed out on the family meetup last night, but you needed to sleep. It was good. And when you were sleeping, you had beautiful dreams. Spirit knew you needed that. And then when you woke up, you got messages saying, we missed you so much. We missed your presence. You know what? Sometimes that's what's needed. Sometimes your presence is needed to be missed. Sometimes when you're not there, people appreciate you. Maybe that's why it happened. Are you focusing too much on everyone else right now? Trying to be too helpful, giving to the point where your arms are falling off? Taking on other people's shit? Does it make you feel like you're needed? Does it make you feel like you're the savior, like you're the martyr? Does it make you feel good about yourself? Because it's not helping anyone. Are you aiding and abetting someone's bad behavior because you want to be saving everyone else? But you're saving everyone else to the point of exhausting yourself and depleting and not allowing yourself to have love in your life because you're taking care of everyone else because, oh, they're not doing well. Well, neither are you. So in all reality, you're not really helping them because you're not helping yourself because it's costing you. You're relieving the burden of other people, but who's relieving your burden? There's got to be balance. Don't clean up their side of the street. Clean up your side of the street. Sometimes people are supposed to lose their house. Sometimes people are supposed to go to jail. Sometimes people have to go to rehab. Sometimes people have to go to the hospital. Sometimes people have to be ignored. Sometimes people have to lose in order to appreciate. Sometimes that is why it happens. You're not supposed to feel guilty. Sometimes the falling tower is walking away because that's what they need. You think you're being selfish to walk away and have your own life? That's what you need. And they need to see your back. Sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder. Sometimes absence makes you realize what you've lost so that you can treasure it. You're not doing yourself any favors by putting stress and strain on top of yourself. And you don't have to do that in order to gain someone's love. Love is given freely. You can't buy love. Money can't buy your love. I love that song by Jennifer Lopez. I don't need your money. I got my own. I don't need your Rolex and your big shiny car and your big fat house. I'm happy to live in my tiny home. I'm not happy to live in my one room that I rented. I'm good for that. I don't need anything from you. I said to my twin's brother, I don't love him because I need him. I need him because I love him. If you don't understand that concept, you need to clean up your side of the street and examine why you're looking at things in such a fucked up way. Maybe you need to love yourself some more. Because something's out of balance, right?
So I send you love. I see you surrounded in love, permeated with love, feeling that love. I want you to feel that love because you deserve it. All right, you guys, at 1 hour and 39 minutes, we're at a wrap. Enjoy your beautiful day. I'm going to let my windows stay open for a little while. It's getting warm, but there's still a bit of a breeze. I'm going to give it maybe half an hour. That'll be enough to kind of flush out. Maybe what I'll do is I'll sage the house. Yeah, I'll do that. No, you know what? I think I'll do sage and rosemary. That's a message to me. That's the message to me. That's what I'm supposed to do today. I'm supposed to go out and collect the California white sage because it's very powerful for blessing and for healing and for cleansing. But rosemary is very healing. My mom told me, oh, that was the message I got. She said, thank you for planting what was so important, what was a memory of me. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you carrying on my memory. That's why I knew it was my mom. Because remember I said it was her. She kept pointing to the rosemary. And I said, I don't have her ashes and I don't even have her rose bushes. But I've got the rosemary in memory of her. And that's what I planted growing for her. Oh, so that's what she's going to help me do. I'm going to make my ceremonial sage wands. I make the Queen of Wands wands. If anyone needs help with dream analysis, a private reading, long-distance Reiki healing, or would like to purchase the ceremonial sage wand, they all are hand-picked and wrapped, and they are now going to be made with rosemary and California white sage. They are aromatic. They smell fantastic. They burn fantastic. They're incredibly healing, cleansing. Every wand is wrapped with love. Every wand has either a wing, an angel's wing, or a key, some kind of a charm, and also a Reiki-charged crystal wrapped in leather. So if anyone would like one of those, I would be honored. That's what I get to do today. I get to go out and pick sage and rosemary. Yay! Got my message. Thanks, Mom. Love you guys.